All right, hi guys. Where is everyone? This is our November week 4. Is this some kind of festival today? Some kind of celebration today? Or it's just because of the rain? All right, so guys, this is our um November week 4. Okay, the last week of November, and we are going to continue on our chapter 2. Sorry, chapter 1. Still a little bit things to go, right? I know you're sick of plants, but we are finishing it today. And December, we are going to digestion, hopefully. Okay, so guys, we did finish this last week, huh? Okay, I did talk about the leaves last week, last week actually, right? We did look at another method to look at photosynthesis. Oh, hey, check it out. Right. So, we have the complicated way to test for photosynthesis, which is the iodine test, to test for starch. If starch is present, glucose is present. If glucose is present, photosynthesis is being done. All right, or we can just put the plant in water and look at the bubble. Right, simple, right? And then we just collect the gas and put a glowing splinter into it. Remember? Okay, if it gives you fire, then you know it's oxygen. Okay, guys, remember this? I hope you do. All right, so we did talk about the roots, huh? I did say root is for absorb, okay, absorb water and salt, hold the plant for support, to store food like potato for survival, right? Some plants, the main part is the root. Even top part dies, it's still alive. All right. So who's not here today? I know Isabel is not coming because she told me, and Yufeng is not here. Who else? Yuning is also not here. Oh my God, where is everyone? Okay, so let's talk about transporting water and mineral. This one we actually finished already, right? How do I say so? Why do I say so? Because we did study about the veins. Remember, guys, I did mention that it's okay lah. If he wants to come, he will come. Right, guys, this is the vein of a leaf. And if you remember, I don't call it the vein, we call it the vascular bundle. And inside the vascular bundle, there's the xylem, which transports water, and there's the phloem that transports food or glucose. Guys, do you remember this? Do you remember this? And today, this is exactly what we are learning. Right, so anyway, remember the root hair cell, right? Remember the root hair cell, right? The root hair cell's job is to increase surface area so that they can absorb as much water as possible. Rather than being flat like this, if the root is flat like this, compared to if my root is like this. Okay, I know the drawing is ugly lah, but if you get what I mean. Right, so you see, this one with the hair has more surface area. I can actually absorb more water, just like your intestine. All right, so how do they transport water next? Okay, so plant lose water due to evaporation when stoma opens. Guys, do you remember what is this process called? This is called transpiration. Remember that? So when in the morning, during the daytime, when they do photosynthesis, the stoma will open, remember? Why? Because the plant needs carbon dioxide and to draw oxygen. So when they open this, some water will be lost. Losing water is like what plants it will happen, right? It's something that you cannot run away. Okay, so this is what the plants are doing. All right, so they lose water. To replace the lost water, water is drawn from the root. Guys, imagine this. Imagine if I have a piece of leaf here. Sorry, let me extend this up. If I have a piece of leaf here, guys, if my leaf loses water, my leaf becomes dry, right? And then to get water, to replace the lost water, I draw the water from the stem. The stem draw water from the root. Can you see this is like a chain of water going up a plant? It's like a chain of water going up a plant, right? And this is a very smart design, you see? This is a very smart design. Why do I say so? Guys, you see, in our body, right? In our body, to move our blood around, we need a pump. So what's that pump? The pump is our heart. But you see, plants, they just use the sun to help them pull water so that they can move water around their body. So they don't need a pump. A plant doesn't have a heart, isn't it? Right? So they don't have a pump. So they just borrow the sun's energy to lose water, to pull water out from the stem. So they don't need to do anything. They don't need to waste any energy. The water will move by itself. Smart, isn't it? Smart, isn't it? Right? So the root then draws water from the soil. Therefore, the absorption of water does not require energy. You see, the water just follows all the way up without them doing anything. Okay, but here's the thing, Here's the thing, guys. To make my root absorb water, my root needs to be very salty. You get what I mean? You get what I mean? If you eat a very salty meal, you will want to drink water. So plants, they do the same thing. To absorb water into the plant, they need to keep the root salty. So how do they do that? How do they do that? They draw in mineral salt. They will absorb mineral salt to try to make the root as salty as possible. But this needs energy. Okay, this needs energy. So to do that, root carries out respiration to produce energy. This is why you need to give root oxygen. Guys, can you see? Root needs oxygen because the root needs to do for respiration. And as you know, respiration, you need oxygen. You are doing respiration right now, isn't it? You're doing respiration right now, isn't it? You need oxygen, isn't it? So plant, their root is doing it's doing respiration also, so they need oxygen as well. All right, so after they do that, now they have the energy so that they can draw the salt in. Okay, so they draw the salt in. After they draw the salt in, now it becomes salty. So water will just follow and it goes up. All right, so respiration requires oxygen. Root cells obtain oxygen from airspace between the soil particles. That very smart design, guys. Very smart design. This is what plants do. Right, guys, can you follow so far? Can you follow so far? I know this is boring stuff lah. Okay, can I? Yeah, okay, good. Okay, so this is how plants absorb water. Okay, this is how plants absorb water. And this tube that goes up is what we call a xylem. Right? There are living cells that form tubes in plants to transport water and mineral salt. These cells will die and the end walls break down to form tubes. Guys, think of xylem as a straw. Okay, they're like a big straw that goes up a plant, and they are dead cells, so that they are empty, they're hollow, so that they can they can pull the water up really easily. Okay, so the tubes are called xylem vessels. Okay, xylem vessels run from the root to the leaves. Okay, can you see all the way root to the leaves? Xylem vessels in a woody plant form wood. Okay, this is very interesting, guys. How is a woody plant different from a non-woody plant? Woody plant, they will make their xylem so hard it turns into wood, right? So the wood you are using is actually just xylem, right? And guys, I'm not sure whether you know this, wood is actually very strong. Okay, wood is a very strong material. Not to mention, they are strong and lightweight, right? That's why even though we evolved to using concrete, we still use wood time to time, because wood is, when you want something strong and lightweight, we will do it. We will use wood. Okay, and they're flexible too. So xylem vessels in a plant, like celery, can be shown by dipping a plant in a dye. Guys, you know, xylem absorbs water, right? So what can we do? We just, you know what celery? You know what celery? Celery is this veggie here. Okay, so you put celery into some kind of red water. As it starts to absorb this red water, the xylem will be dyed red color. The xylem will turn red because the water is red, man. So this is how you see the red color. These are the xylem. Can you see? These are the xylem. This is where they absorb water. Because the xylem turns red because the water is red. Okay, this is how we show that xylem is there, right? Guys, do you know this is how they dye flower? Some flowers they dye the flower this way by using transpiration, by pulling the color water up so that their flower turns into a different color. Okay, simple stuff, right? Simple stuff. So this is transporting water and mineral. And just so you know, xylem usually are located on the inside of a plant. If you look at the root, if you cut your root, why dye the flower? Make it pretty lor. Some people, they want different flower ma. Okay, so if you cut your root, you should see xylem in the middle. If you cut your stem, you should also see xylem on the inside. If you cut a piece of leaf, you would also see xylem on the inside. Okay, because the hole down here is outside ma. The stoma is outside ma. Okay, so it is on the inside lor. Isn't it very pretty? Yeah, we all want different color flowers ma. So they dye lor. It's just like why people dye their hair lah. Right? I mean, isn't black pretty enough? For me, yes, but for some people they want different color. So, whatever that makes you happy. All right, so guys, again, let us jump to the exercise. If you remember, I kind of separated my exercises accidentally for this chapter. Okay, so let us finish this, and we might just have the time to go to digestion. Okay, so let's go to page 12, this one. Okay, guys, this is only the soft copy. I'm sorry. Supposed to be your hard copy, but I forgot to include this. Okay, so sorry. Right, anyway, so this is a piece of leaf. Guys, do you remember what is X? We learned this last week. Okay, first tell me what's the hole called first. What's the hole called? What's the opening called? Do you remember? Guys, what is the opening on a leaf called? Right, guys, the opening is called a stoma. If it's in plural, it's stomata. Right? I mean, both answers are accepted lah. So Y is the stoma. I'm going to write it here. And X is to guard the stoma. Is to guard the stoma. So it is called a guard cell. Okay? A stoma's job is to, a guard cell's job is to guard a stoma. Right? It's just like if I go to your house, there's an opening at your guard house. Okay, that's the main gate. And then the guard house controls the opening of the gate. Okay, you get what I mean? All right, so from which layer of the leaf can it be taken? Where can we see this? It should be at the lower epidermis. Right, guys, I've mentioned this 2 weeks ago. Do you remember what is the upper epidermis? Sorry, the lower epidermis. We have the cuticle, which is the wax. We have the upper skin, upper epidermis. And we have the lower skin, lower epidermis. Okay, and then we have the guard cell, we have the stoma. Okay, this one you already know. And then the middle layer is what we call mesophyll, because meso means middle. And then we have the fence mesophyll, palisade. Yes, palisade means fence. And then we have the spongy one, the one with air, like sponge, so that I can get my air in, get my carbon dioxide in, and throw my oxygen out. Okay, so what's the function? What's the function of X? Okay, this is to control opening and closing of Y. Okay, X is to control Y. Why did I write stoma here? Because the diagram there says X and Y, so I keep using X and Y. Okay, what about Y? What is the function of this stoma? What is the function of the hole? Is to allow, allow gaseous exchange. All right, or you can even say transpiration. You see, they open this so that water can be lost. They lose water so that leaf can pull water up from the root. You see, plants, they actually lose water purposefully. Okay, intentionally. Okay, they intentionally lose the water. Guys, do you know this? Just to let you know, plants, they will lose 90% of the water they absorb. 90 to 99. Right? That means transpiration, they will lose 90% of water. They only use the 10%. This might seem silly to you. You might say, sir, why would they want to waste so much water? Guys, this is actually a good thing. You see, number one, it pulls water out from the root. Number two, since a plant releases so much water vapor to the surrounding, It makes the surrounding cool. Do you get what do you get what I'm trying to say here? If I release water to the surrounding, it keeps the temperature down. This is why when you go to a forest area, it feels cool. Like literally. I mean, it will still feel hot. Okay, guys, imagine 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. when things are the hottest. If you stand at the roadside or anywhere without trees, it feels stuffy and hot. But if you stand somewhere with a lot of trees, let's say you are in a park at 2 p.m., it feels okay, it's hot, but it's bearable. It's more humid, it's more windy, should I say? Okay, plus there's shades too. Okay, they block the sunlight for you and they give you extra water vapor. Guys, this is how the sorry, what is it called? The water jet fan. I don't know, is it water spray fan? Yes, this one. Guys, do you know this? This is actually a Malaysian invention, right? If you go to Mama, right, you will see this thing, right? It's like fan with some mist of water. You might say, sir, they put water for what, leh? This is to cool the air down, actually, right? Because water cools things down. Okay, so this is what they do, lah, right? They cool things down. So if you go to Mama, you see this thing. So plants, they actually do this. They release water vapor to cool the surrounding. Okay, and this is also the reason why you don't simply cut trees, guys. If you cut so many trees, the remaining trees cannot keep the air cool enough. Forest fire will start happening. Okay, so this is why forest fire, one of the reasons of forest fire is because of deforestation. You cut trees, you can actually make other trees catch fire easily, right? But when you have a bunch of trees together, they do transpiration together, they keep the air humid and they will make the surrounding cool. Now, yes, global warming, that's part of the reason too, right? So guys, if you really want to cool down your house, the cheapest way would be to plant a tree. Okay, yes, sure, it's not very fancy and it takes time, but it's free. It's nature. Why not you solve nature's problem by using nature's solution, which is by having a tree? All right, so next, F, let's look at the opening and the closing of stoma. Okay, opening is during daytime. During the day, gut cell will absorb water. Guys, this is actually our syllabus. They will absorb water. And can you see the gut cell becomes very full? Okay, it's like balloon filled with water, so they will start bending out. Okay, true. Okay, we slash this is not important. Thus, the gut cell becomes turgid and curve outward. What is turgid? Turgid means they become hard. Okay, like a balloon filled with water is turgid. So they will curve outward, so the stoma is open. You see, very smart. They don't need a brain or a nerve or a whatever to do this. They can just do it by controlling the water. So nighttime, the gut cell will lose water. Okay, now the gut cell becomes flaccid. Okay, flaccid is the opposite of turgid and straighten. Okay, so they straighten. So straighten, the stomach will close. This is how it works. All right, guys, are you following? Yuri, are you there? Are you there? Is it because this chapter is too boring, so no one wants to come? Seriously, you guys. Okay, guys, you know what? Since there's not many people today, I think I'm gonna end this class early also because I cannot go into a new chapter with so little people around, right? Because the next week I'm gonna repeat the whole thing again. Okay, so yeah, we'll see how. Okay, so state 3 environmental factor that affects the rate of transpiration. Guys, this is just like evaporation. And to put it simply, what are the 3 factors that makes your clothes dry faster? Because you see, your clothes dry faster means there's more evaporation, isn't it? Same goes to plant. If the plant loses more water, means there's more evaporation. So guys, how do you make your clothes dry faster? What are the 3 factors that makes your clothes dry faster? Common sense. How do you dry your clothes faster, guys? Anyone? How do you dry your clothes faster? Why is drying clothes on a sunny day faster than a rainy day? That's the first factor, lor. That is our temperature. Or even better, surrounding temperature. Okay, so if the surrounding is hot, evaporation is fast. So your clothes dries very fast. Your plant also lose water very fast. So rainy day, like right now, plant don't really do transpiration because it's so cold. Okay, feel it's just that you don't. You mean you don't talk too much? Oh, okay, sure, cool, cool. Ah, that's a good thing then. That's a good thing. Okay, so next one, how do you dry your clothes faster? Next is air humidity. Guys, do you know what's the meaning of air humidity? If your air is very dry, if your air is very dry, like in a desert, then your clothes will dry faster, right? If your weather is very humid, like Malaysia, your clothes will dry slower. Like right now, raining is very humid, so your clothes will kind of stink, right? My clothes all they have some kind of smell lately because of the stupid rain. Okay, next. Of course you have air movement. What it says basically this is wind lah. So when there's more wind, there will be more evaporation. Common sense, right? If it's a windy day compared to a non-windy day, your clothes will dry faster in a windy day, right? Okay, next 11. 11. Oh, this is a very interesting question. Okay, so we have a plant here with nothing covering it, and we have another plant with something covering it. Okay, guys, what is a calcium anhydrous calcium chloride? This is our drying agent. Something like your silica gel. You know silica gel? You know silica gel? Whenever you buy a pair of new shoes, whenever you buy a pair of new shoes, there is this pack in the box that says "Do not eat." You know this, right? Hmm. This thing, right? Silica gel. So this. Okay, guys, what happens when you eat this? It says "Do not eat," right? What happens when you eat this? Are you gonna die? Are you gonna die? No, guys, you won't die, right? This thing is basically silicon dioxide. It's basically like sand, right? They're telling you not to eat sand because I'm sure there's a story there. Some dumbass must have eaten this before, right? And and it makes their stomach upset or something. So they got kind of pissed off. And now manufacturers just tells you not to eat. You know, guys, for every stupid for every stupid suggestion, behind there must be a stupid story, right? I mean, you wouldn't need to tell me not to eat this because I wouldn't eat this. It's found in a shoebox. Why would I eat something from a shoebox? So yeah, you have idiots around, you see. So you have to tell people what to eat and what not to. They believe it. Put candy in them. Oh really? What they do? So like a practical joke lah. Okay, so guys, this air inside here will get really dry. Will get really dry, and this is just like a normal plant. Guys, which plant will have higher transpiration? Is it P or Q? Which plant has a higher transpiration? Which plant loses water quicker? Ah, Yuri, are you sure? Are you sure? Why? I asked you, are you sure that you change your answer? Okay, guys, set Q will lose water faster because it's dry. Okay, it's just like if I dry my clothes here in a dry room, and if I dry my clothes here at a normal humid room, the dry one will evaporate faster, all right? Right? So this, can you see the weighing scale here? Can you see a weighing scale here? So this electronic balance, the weighing scale, this weight of the water will decrease faster. Okay, maybe twice as fast. You will lose water twice as fast here because it's so dry right here. You get what I'm trying to say here, guys? You get what I'm trying to say? So this is what we are trying to observe in there. You see, to study the effect of air humidity on the rate of transpiration. So this is actually this is your MV actually manipulated, and this rate of transpiration is actually your RV. Okay, so the lower the air humidity, like in this set here, the lower the air humidity, the higher the rate of transpiration. If the air is more dry, the clothes will dry faster. Makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, makes sense, doesn't it? So, which plants has lost more water? Of course, it's going to be set Q. What can you infer, guys? What does this word mean? What does infer means? Anyone has any idea? Guys, infer means to explain. Okay, so we explain Q. Why is Q losing more water? Okay, because set Q has a higher rate of transpiration. This plant is losing more water. Okay, this plant is losing more water because of higher transpiration. Are they asking already? Guys, do you still remember what's the MV and RV and the CV? Do you still remember how to do? This is actually from primary school. Okay, so your MV is your air humidity. Okay, it's in the question. Okay, 潮湿度, air humidity. Responding variable is your rate of transpiration or the rate of water loss. No need to change lah. It's everything here already. Just follow lor. Okay, guys, what about the CV? What is the thing we don't change here? What do we not change here? Anyone? What do we not change here? The plant, yes, sure. Sure. You can say the type of plant. We use the same plant. Oh, wait, I'm not writing here. Hey, guys, and an even better answer, you can say the number of leaves. You must say, why is the leaves also got effect one? Yeah, because you see, imagine if this has 5 pieces of leaves, this has 10 pieces. Of course, this guy is going to lose faster, right? Because leaf is where they lose their water. So if there's less leaves, there will be lower evaporation. Okay, so the number of leaves is actually one of the answers. State the hypothesis. So like I said, the lower the air humidity, the higher the rate of transpiration. Okay, lower humidity, higher transpiration. That means the drier the air, the more they evaporate. Okay, common sense, right? Just give me a moment. So annoyed with glasses. It just fogs up easily for no reason. All right, so shows 3 apparatus for 4. Okay, you might say, so what is this? Okay, this is the same thing as this one. It's just that this one we look at the change in the mass of water, see whether the water is losing fast or not. This one is just looking at the bubble, see how it moves. Okay, same thing is a device to see how fast plant is losing water. So as you can see here, set R, I put it in a dark room. Set S, I put it under a moving fan. Set T is exposed to sunlight. So can you see R will be the one that loses water the slowest because R is just in a dark room. There's no hot air, there's no light, there's no photosynthesis, no nothing. So the set R is like chilling. But as they start to lose water a bit faster because there's a moving fan, that means there is air movement, there is evaporation. Like I said, your clothes will dry faster in a windy room. And then of course T will lose water the fastest because there's sunlight. There's sunlight, there will be high temperature, and they will open their stoma to do photosynthesis. So this guy will lose water very quickly. Okay, oh, they want you to read the... Damn, I can't see though. Okay, I think 7.5, I think. Okay, so in the dark room, this is 7.5. S is 7.6. S is slightly faster because there's a fan. T is really fast because it's under the sun. Okay, so what is this telling us? This tells us that if it's under the sun, if a plant is under the sun, it loses water really quickly. Okay, common sense lah. So the relationship between the position of the air bubble and the condition. Okay, so wow, relationship. This is what you write hypothesis also. You can say at bright condition, plant. Okay, you don't say plant. Air bubbles. Air bubble moves the most. Okay, you see 8.8. Right, when it's bright, when there's sunlight. Like I say, yeah, I think that's the answer. I can't write much also. Okay, what do you think will happen to the position of air bubble when the apparatus T is left for more than 4 hours? Guys, if it's this is more than 4 hours, of course, this thing will go even further. Okay, it will move further up. It might be like 9 point something, 10 point something. All right, guys, are you following? Are you following? Yes, Yuri, how are your insects? Send me their regards. Although I'm not a big fan of insect at all. Right, so next, number 12. Label xylem and phloem. Like I said, xylem is always on the inside. You see, plants will protect water more than any other thing else because water is important. Okay, phloem is outside. All right, so state the function of the xylem. Xylem is to absorb. Wow, xylem has so many functions. Xylem is to transport, sorry, not absorb. Transport water and mineral salt. Whereas phloem is to transport glucose. Okay, phloem is to transport sugar. So guys, this part here, the black part here, it should taste sweet because there's sugar inside here. And the inside part here should have water. Okay, theoretically speaking. All right, so next, the balsam plant is immersed in eosin. Eosin solution is the red solution. Okay, in a conical flask for 30 minutes, as shown in the diagram. A thin transverse section of the leaf, stem, and root is cut. Each cut section is observed under a microscope. So, label stain red. Which part will be stain red? Like I said, xylem is always on the inside. So, it will be stain red here on the upper part. It will be stain red here, inner. It will be stain red here, inner as well. Xylem is always on the inside. Please remember that. Okay, xylem always on the inside. So C, name the part that is stained red. Explain why it is stained red. The stained red is called xylem. Okay, why is it stained red? Okay, because it transports the eosin solution. Okay, or transports water. Any water lah, any fluid lah will go through xylem. So yeah, that's what happened. So guys, how do you kill a plant actually? How do you kill a plant? You just remove the phloem, they will die. Okay, you just remove the phloem. How do I do that? How do I do that? Okay, let's say this is a tree. Let's say this is a tree. This technique is called ring barking. Basically, you remove the skin layer of the trunk, okay, and then something like it will look something like this. Okay, can you see I removed the tree bark already? The outside. And slowly, day after day, this top part will start to swell. Because all the glucose is like stuck here. They cannot go down here. So what happens to the bottom part? The bottom part will start to shrink and it will start to die because it doesn't receive sugar. So this is a very slow and steady way to kill any trees, right? Without cutting it down. Because you see, cutting trees is sometimes very dangerous because if they fall down, it might drop onto something. But this ring barking is very safe. Okay, so next time if you have a neighbor and you really hate their tree and they refuse to cut it down, this is what you do. You remove the bark, you remove the phloem. Of course, this takes technique lah. But if you manage to do it, the plant will slowly die and it brings you some kind of satisfaction because they just have no idea what happened. The plant, the tree just slowly dies. Okay, so guys, that will be it for our chapter 1. Okay, we have like, let's talk a little bit about digestion, shall we? Okay, I have nothing else to say. Okay, I have nothing else to teach. Okay, let's go into digestion, shall we? Right, so for those who are not here, it's their loss lah. Okay, it's their loss. Yuri, can you help me WhatsApp Yufeng and tell him to request video? Okay, if you don't mind, because it's the last week for your submission already. If you don't submit by this week and next week, I cannot send you any more videos. Right, so please make sure you time to request. Okay, meanwhile, I'll send this to. Give me a moment. Okay, so guys, let's continue with our digestion. Okay, this is a very interesting chapter, but I'm gonna repeat again next week, lah. Don't you worry. Okay, so this chapter is called food and digestion. Basically, this chapter I'll teach you what is nutrition. Okay, what do you need why do you need nutrients? And what is our balanced diet? How do you keep a balanced diet? What is classified as a balanced diet? What is malnutrition? What disease do you get from malnutrition? And then, of course, we are going to learn on the digestive system. This is the headache part because there are so many things you need to memorize. Right? Guys, this is the chapter where things starts to get harder, where things starts to get very difficult because what was it difficult? I would say it's getting quite technical because you have, you know, shit to memorize. Okay, so guys, let's begin with our digestion. Sorry, our nutrition. Okay, so guys, what is a nutrient actually? Right, a nutrient is a chemical that is required by our body. Imagine your body as a house, right? You need many materials to build this house. You need bricks, you need cement, you need wood, you need whatever to build your house, right? So nutrient is anything that your body needs to build this house, right? Not just build it, it's to maintain it as well. Right, guys, especially your age, you are 14, 13 right now. Your body is building itself. This is how you grow taller. If you don't give your body enough nutrient, your body ain't gonna grow because it has nothing to build, right? It's like you tell a contractor, hey, build me a wall without giving him bricks. Then he's gonna like, if you don't give him bricks, how am I supposed to build? Right? So guys, to grow taller, you need to eat. Like you really need to eat, you need to exercise, you need to sleep. Okay? Exercise, food, and sleep. That's how your body grows taller. Okay, so anyway, this is your nutrient. So what's the function of a nutrient? Number one is to provide energy. Okay, you need rice for energy. Provide materials for building our body, cell and tissue, like I said. And what is the thing that builds cell and tissue? It's actually protein. Guys, do you know what a protein is? Do you know what protein is? And if you know something about sports and going to the gym and bodybuilding and lifting weights, protein is like a must-have for every bodybuilders and power lifters, right? If you ask any bros that goes to the gym, if you ask them what's the most important nutrient that you should eat, it's unanimously protein. All right. You see, I'm a bodybuilder. Okay, I go to the gym. Protein is something that we are very obsessed with. Okay, we are very obsessed with um protein, right? That's why you have protein powders. That's why bodybuilders they eat chicken breast, right? Things like that. Okay, and of course it makes us healthy. And this is very important. Okay, to maintain our health, right? You need nutrients to keep yourself healthy, like micronutrients. Guys, you know it's micronutrient. You know it's vitamin C, right? Vitamin C is not to give us energy. It's not to build us. It's not to build our muscle, but it's to keep us healthy, so that you don't get sick, you don't get flu like time to time, and so on. Right, so guys, we have 7 classes of nutrient. We have 7 classes of nutrient, okay, which is number one, carbohydrate. You know what is this? You know what is this? Guys, what is carbohydrate? In Mandarin, this is called 碳水化合物. Carbohydrate, basically carbs. We just call it carbs. Okay, what are carbs? Carbs are the main thing you eat every day. Okay, rice, bread, noodles. Every meal you must have this one, right? You don't just eat meat for a meal, or you just don't eat veggie for a meal. There is something, some kind of grain that goes together. So that's your carbohydrate, your 碳水化合物, and then of course protein. This is your 蛋白质, your meat, your eggs. Okay, they are your protein. Fats. This is 脂肪. This is your fats like oil, butter, peanut butter. This is your fat. And of course, vitamin, mineral, these two, they go together, right? You have your vitamin A, B, C, D, E, K, and then your B has like B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6, B7, B10, B12. Those are your vitamins. And then minerals, you have your calcium, iron, magnesium, zinc. They are mostly to maintain your health, okay, so that you don't get sick, so that you don't get any funny disease like anemia. What is that? I'll talk about that next time, right? And of course, fiber. Guys, you know what is fiber? Do you know what is fiber? This is the thing that makes you shit, right? Your mom always tells you to eat your veggie, isn't it? Isn't it? If you don't eat your veggie, you're gonna get constipation. So that's your fiber, right? Your grains, your cereal, your oatmeal, your veggie or any fruits, they will give you a lot of fiber, right? You know psyllium husk, guys? You know what is a psyllium husk? If you have trouble shitting every day in the morning, this is what you should eat. Okay, this is called psyllium husk. This thing has a lot of fiber, right? So guys, if you but the thing is this thing stings, this thing freaking stings, right? It has this smell that it's disgusting, right? But what to do if you have like constipation, which is not good for health? This is what you eat. Okay, guys, you drink this like a teaspoon every day. Wow, it makes you shit like a champion. Like seriously. Okay. So if your family has like constipation, psyllium husk is your friend. Although they are not very tasty. To say that they are not tasty would be would be an understatement. They taste like shit, seriously. I have a big pack of it, right? Hate eating it, but no choice, like it makes me shit nicer. Okay, what to do? Anyway, so this is our psyllium husk, this is our fiber. Okay, so water, you know lah. Our Asian moms are very obsessed with asking you to drink water. Why don't you just eat Taco Bell? That's a joke that has reached here. Okay. Anyway, guys, you know what? You know Taco Bell, man? You know Taco Bell, man? Or anything salty lah. Sorry, anything spicy lah. What about you? You had it before, man? You had it before, man? Okay, okay. That's like a US thing. Okay, guys. Just to let you know, these three are what we call macronutrients. Okay, what does it mean by macro? Oh, today, so you shit already, started shitting already. Okay, so guys, what is macronutrient? Macronutrient is what you okay. Macro means big. Okay, big. So macronutrient means you eat a lot of it. You should eat a lot of carbohydrate and protein and fats every day. Right? Guys, imagine this. If you are eating a bowl of curry noodle, the noodle is carbohydrate, the siham and the chicken breast inside is protein, the soup is fats. Can you see there's a lot of it? It's like the whole bowl is that, right? But if you look at these three, vitamins, minerals, and fiber, they are what we call micronutrients. What does it mean by micro? Micro means small. Guys, you don't eat a lot of vitamins, you don't eat a lot of minerals. They are going to poison you. Just because vitamin C is good doesn't mean you eat like 100 kiwis today. I mean, that's money wise is another problem lah. But okay, let's say you know those vitamin C pills. If you swallow like 10 of it every day it's your body's not gonna like it. Okay, you will get toxicity. Okay, too much of vitamins and minerals can actually be toxic. Right? It's just like sodium. You know sodium? Sodium is your salt. Okay, your salt. Salt is very important for our nerves. If you don't eat enough salt, you're gonna cramp. Do you know this? Do you know this? Do you know salt is very important for athletes? This is why athletes they drink those sports drink like 100 plus, they have salt inside, right? This is why before my friend goes for a run last time, okay, he was an athlete, he will drink a cup of salt water before he runs because salt reduces the chance of you cramping, right? Cramping is when your nerves and your muscle they cannot function well, so you need salt, right? Yes, salt is very important for your muscle, but if you eat a lot of it, you're going to get kidney stone. Okay, guys, you know what is kidney stone? You know what is kidney stone? These salt, they will crystallize in your kidney, and you will get a stone inside, and it hurts like hell. How do I know this? Because I got it before, right? Severe dehydration and a salty meal will get you there, right? And you will freaking hate yourself for not drinking enough water. You will hate yourself for eating something so salty, okay? Because no joke, guys, no joke, from a scale of 1 to 10, a kidney joke is a kidney stone is a solid 9 in terms of painfulness, right? You have not experienced any pain like this until you have experienced kidney stone. Okay, and it's funny story. When I get this kidney stone, right, I actually kidney stone. Okay, when I got this kidney stone, right, I actually I woke my wife up in the middle of the night to bring me to the emergency room. Okay, and when I reached there, the pain suddenly disappeared. Right, the pain disappeared. Why? Okay, because the doctor said the stone actually passed through my kidney and everything is fine. Right? So according to the doctor, he said that this is a lucky case because the stone managed to squeeze out of your kidney and everything is fine. Right? But if it's very serious, okay, if it's very serious, if the stone you cannot pee it out, it will get stuck in your kidney. You might need ultrasound. Okay, you need to use sound wave to break the stone. And if it doesn't work, the last resort is to go for surgery. They have to cut your kidneys open and get the stones out, and it's gonna be really, really expensive and painful. Okay, so guys, my point here is sodium is a very good thing for your nerves, but in large amount, your kidney is not going to be happy. Right? So this is why we call it micronutrient, because you only need very little of it. Okay, you only need very little amount of your micronutrient. Okay, so guys, you know what? I think I'm going to stop here lah. Since many are not here today, I cannot keep going on. I'll be repeating. If not, I just need to repeat the same thing next week. Okay, next week I'll talk one by one. Okay, of these things. Okay, and I'll teach you how to eat. How do you plan for a balanced diet? Okay, guys. Next time when you go out and you ask a professional personal trainer to teach you this, they will charge you like what 80 per hour. Now I'm teaching you for free. Okay, I'm saving your money. I mean, not free lah. You paid for my class, but at least it's cheaper. Okay, so I'll talk about this next week. Okay, guys. Do you have any question? Do you have any question? No. Okay. Yuri, tell me. Message you from Thanks for your help. I will see you again next Friday. Okay, guys. Have a good weekend. I'll see you soon. Take care. Good night and bye bye.